said screw that. I said I
would love to though. That's the thing. I would love to do voiceover auditions.
I
just never get them.
That's what I'm saying. It's
like
I
do. I just like voice memo it on my phone.
I'll do it on my phone. I'll do it like oh, this is a cool video game thing. Like I'll do that.
I had a really weird voice memo audition the other day for like some kid show.
Yeah.
And I had to be like a sheep. I had to be like a singing like sheep. But he's like super like jazzy.
Was it like the Barnyard? You know what I'm talking about? The Nickelodeon.
I think something like that. I think it was something like that.
Have you been a person for like accents and like running other inflections in your voice and things like that? I'm not.
I've never been. I'm not like. Recently, I've started doing that more. Before, not as much. Mm. But after watching like Penguin.
Yeah.
And seeing Colin Farrell. Like transform.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my phone.
Doing more like transformative work, I think is. Because it's like part of our work is like taking risks, you know. So I was like, inflections in the voice and like. Yeah. It's like. I don't like read a script and I'm like, ooh, what can I do to my voice? You know, it's nothing like that. But kind of just getting the essence of the character. Sometimes the voice kind of just naturally comes with the crafting of that. You know.
Like, do you feel like your hair? It'll chop your hair?
No, you see, my hair is. I think contractually. Yeah. With my hair, if they want to do anything to it, depending on what it is, it increases my pay. Like they have to pay me a little more if they want to like.
Okay, and then is this specifically with the show currently right now, or is this with everything?
This is everything. Yeah, but on Prison they never did anything to my hair.
Yeah, dude. Let me just put it like this: the audition was one of the coolest processes ever.
Yeah,
and
that was crazy.
It was just great people
we were,
there.
On the top floor of the Disney building.
Yeah, top floor of the Disney building.
It was dope.
It was
cool.
There was you, Cameron.
Cameron's in LA.
I gotta get him. I gotta bother Kevin, dude. That's what I'm talking about, man. Everyone, I don't think people need school nowadays.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think you only need school if you're pursuing something that requires that you go to school.
I think so.
If you want to be in business, go to school.
Yeah, you can learn a little bit of business techniques, but even then, business is so broad, in my opinion, that you could do.
Pretty open-ended.
You can do whatever you want. It's the same thing with with acting, with school, with whatever. It's when you apply yourself, and by applying yourself, like who are you meeting? Like it's those other things, you know. It's school's not gonna automatically just hand you a job. It's like what you do with it. And I mean, personally, I enjoy my
school will definitely help with because they have like what is it called? Job.
The career centers.
Yeah, career centers, and they they open doors for internships and.
Oh yeah, no, I think so. But
networking in school is like so OP because they pretty much set it up for you. Yeah. Like we have to network on our own. Mm-hmm. I go out a lot most of the time because I go to places where I know it's entertainment centered, so I know there's going to be a lot of people there. And it's kind of crazy meeting them in a more chill environment. And by chill, I mean everyone's blackout wasted. Because then you really get to meet them.
That's a real person.
When you're fucked up, there's no filter. Nothing wrong with going out and partying, even as there's the stigma behind child actors doing that. But once again, we are people who are growing up in a world of people. We want to do what people do.
I agree.
I guess we have this pressure of this we are the trendsetters. I guess
we have to maybe be a little perfect or set an example.
We're in the public eye. People look at us differently. They look up to us in a mystical way, which is funny. Because what's funny? When you think about yourself as a kid and you looked up to other actors and stuff, did you even consider them as real people?
I don't even know if I even did. I didn't consider it because you don't really think about what their other life is. You just think about what you saw
just what
on
you
TV,
see on the phone, on the TV,
maybe how they acted or something. But it's not about their day to day. Who are they? You know, outside of.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I think it's so easy for celebrities and social influencers to be targeted in this new world of cancel culture and this new world of but the world's being run by influencers essentially. Oh, yeah. But people just see them as just these little beings on their phones and on their TVs at this point. You know?
Yeah,
like,
no, 100%.
Me and my friends make this joke. It's like, if we've never seen them in person, they're not real.
Yeah,
you know? So,
no, for real. Like,
if we've never seen them in real life, they're not real people.
You don't know. You don't know. It could be AI now.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why. But also, there is a negative effect of that, because it's so easy for people to just kind of like perceive them in a way and make remarks about their life and make remarks about who they are, because it's like, to them, they're not real people. Like, they can say like, "Oh, they're real people. We know they're real people," but you don't treat them like they're real people.
No,
because you don't actually like, you just see them as a being on a device.
Yeah, you just see them as whatever, and you expect them to act a certain way. Yeah. You expect them to
see them like a two-dimensional. You look at them as a character. You look at them as like a movie character. So you judge them like a movie character. You judge them like a you judge them as your form of entertainment, you know?
100%.
That's why people are so...
That's my goal with all this, at least with this Twitch stuff, is to give a little bit more of an insight into my personality, who I am, and hope that, you know, I really truly get people who stick around.
This is where the money's at right now.
That's what I'm
all the money's here.
That's secondary. For me, all that is secondary. Obviously, I just want to work on building the community. Because, I mean, outside of... Obviously, you know, the acting is just difficult and for a lot of people at the moment. And it's one of those things where you need to build up those other, you know, social media platforms, those other, you know, the others. It's the other things other than acting right now, because you can't force yourself to get an acting job, you know? Like,
I mean,
you can act all day, you know, you can do whatever, but...
You only get the job if they want you to, you know?
At this point,
I mean, we kind of are. Especially with the new self-tape world that we're in. It's like everybody just submits their tape, and cast directors go through thousands and thousands of them.
They don't all need to be in
a lot of the time I've heard from casting buddies that I know, they don't even watch. They'll look at the thumbnail and they'll just like scroll until they see a person that they find interesting. They'll be like, "Oh, let's watch." That's thousands. They'll just.
It's just all right. Let's just keep it going.
Oh wait, that guy looks like he'd be good for it. Let's watch his tape.
You don't know whether you sent that tape in, whether it was the best tape of all time, or the worst, or if whatever. Like you just gotta.
But that's also the beauty of our job. Is just the ones that are consistent are the ones that are gonna have a higher chance of going down this road longer. You know, one we don't. I was like, before I booked on Prison, just working on like guest stars on like Raven's Home and The Mick and Nick and on. I was like, you guys in a year will make more money. You guys will make more money working at. My friend who worked at Chipotle, I was like, you will make more money working at Chipotle than I will in my year of acting.
100%.
But I'm not in it for money, you know?
100%.
I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing this because I want to be amazing.
Yeah.
I want to be one of the best. That's the goal. That's like the lifelong goal.
100%. Yeah.
And so pushing through that, and it's like like for a guest star, they'll pay you like, this is gonna sound like a lot. Obviously, they'll pay you like $16,000, $13,000 to $16,000 to do an episode, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a lot. It is. Like,
it's a lot for that one day of work.
For a week.
Or for the week.
For like a week and a half of work. That is a lot of money.
100%.
But then understand, after that week, I might not work for 2 years.
That's what I'm saying.
I might not work for 2 to 3, 5 years. I might not ever work again. I might quit. Like, who knows?
Who knows? That really is.
We're in the most unpredictable line of work. And so when people say, like, acting is easy, it's because they think we're, like, millionaires because we're on TV, but we're not. Unless I'm in my class, or I'm at home and I'm working on my assignment for class, and then I'll think about it. But I'm not thinking about the life of an actor. I'm thinking about the crafting of the work.
Yeah. People don't understand. There's so many other dimensions to a person that, like, they think just straight up like, oh, this is the way he was on TV. This is how he's got to be in person. Yeah. And then it's just like, dude, that's just so not it. Like, you don't understand.
You know, it's like this wave of influencers. Like, we have new influencers every year. And they blow up out of nowhere, and then they fall off the face of the earth.
Fall off, you never see them again, and then you're like, it's the same thing I think with actors in a way. It's obviously people really care when you're in that spotlight, and then when you're not, it's just like, all right, well, what else? Like, we don't,
Yeah, exactly.
And for me, that's why I'm working on these other things, but, it's every opportunity, it's that one thing that'll hopefully snowball the entire career,
There's plenty of actors that don't blow up until they're late until their later ages, you know, and they've been working their whole lives, but in nothing that is has been received largely by the public, you know. But they did good work.
Yeah.
And that's what the work is as an actor. As long as you are working in whatever it is you're working in and you're doing good work, then eventually at some point the snowball will accumulate, and then you will have a big snowball that's gonna run your career. You know, it's like so many actors, like Timothée Chalamet. He said he was gonna quit acting because he didn't get Spider-Man.
Really, he was? I didn't even.
He said he watched Interstellar and he cried because he thought his role was bigger.
You know? I mean, hey, you never know.
Now look at him. He's Bob Dylan. He's already slated for a crazy Oscar run. He's nominated for a Golden Globe already. I think he's not even out yet.
Yeah, definitely. But before we get on to the next part, what is your love for horror? Because I think you were mentioning a little bit about that stuff before.
Once again, my whole life is
yeah.
That's just what my favorite genre of film is horror. My favorite genre of game is horror. My favorite holiday is Halloween.
Yeah.
I love escape rooms, but they have to be horror.
Okay.
It's just started when I was young. There was this weird thing about I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies until a certain age, which naturally makes sense because even at 13, when I was finally allowed to watch my first horror film, I was shitting bricks and asking my parents to sleep in my room with me for like a year, and I was like pissing the bed and doing things that a 13-year-old should not have been doing. And you know, so I think in terms of that regard, I think it was just the freedom of finally getting to watch horror films and then just watching them all at one time. Like I grinded it. I watched all of Friday the 13th, all of Nightmare on Elm Street, all the Halloweens. Between 13 and 14. Every time I go to my friend's house, we'd be like, horror movie. We'd play, what were we playing? Super Smash Bros. And then we'd go, horror movie. And we'd go any horror movie we could find. I was addicted to the Sci-Fi Channel. I'd watch these really low-grade B films that were just super corny and bad.
Hey, you know,
but there was a love that I had for them, and then I think they should slow it down.
You think so?
Yeah,
so you make it a nice 14-minute credit?
Yeah, it's the end of the movie. Who cares? You know, everyone whose name is on there deserves the screen time of it being up there. Deserves to be honored.
Yeah.
I think they should have their little 30-second moment each.
Everybody, I think if anything, we should just display everybody's image. You know, just like their headshot or their act or their resume or something like that. You know, like just to really that would really give them.
It's like little like profile pictures next to every.
I swear, like fraternities have it. Like you know, you guys the whole composite. I was. Yeah. I'm thinking we probably should switch it up to the gaming.
Oh shit! All right, let's do it.
You want to run it? I'm literally gonna be terrible with this
I'm
stuff.
Scared.
But I mean,
I'm already scared. Does chat know what we're playing?
I don't think chat has any idea at the moment, but also at the same time that the chat that they're gonna see. They're gonna